Reproduction is a word that is misleading. It would better be termed recreation. Every form of life on Earth recreates itself. It is the hallmark of the Creator. Evolutionary theory is one of the world's biggest religions. It would better be called scientific Satanism. This is because its introduction and perpetuation was dependent upon human pride, willful deception, suppression of truth, propaganda, and a fundamental rejection of the scientific method in favor of godless ideology. Not even the creationists realized to what extent Satan is the author of Darwinism and the endless streams of evolutionary deception. When two people have a baby, they're making a creation. They become creators. The child bears a resemblance to the parents in the way it looks, acts, and in its genes. When a fetus is forming in the womb, it is getting ready for two things: to receive its spirit and to be born. The spirit comes into the fetus at roughly 12 weeks after conception. A spiritual law causes the spirits of the parents to each cause a tiny part of their spirits to separate from themselves. Then the two tiny parts of spirit become one as it enters the fetus. At this point, you have a tiny baby and consciousness begins to develop. Upon the spirit of the baby, at about 3 months after birth, the Spirit of God places a knowledge of His existence and perfect goodness, that He is Creator of all. Using a spiritual gift of revelation, I will pose questions and answer them. However, in answering, I will reveal the mind of Christ, what He thinks in relation to each question. If a child has at least one parent that is a true saint, will that child be born with the Holy Spirit dwelling inside them? Always such children are sanctified and indwelt by God. However, the manifestation of the power of the Holy Spirit within is dependent upon their spiritual growth. If a baby is born after one parent has died, will it still have a fragment of both parents' spirits within, making its one spirit? Yes. If a woman is raped, will both parents make the spirit of the baby? Yes. If a child is born with severe mental disabilities, will its spirit be unaffected? Yes, the baby may be mentally disabled in mind, but in spirit quite intelligent and unimpaired. Go in peace.